Chapter 6. Through this unit, we have learned a lot about Chapter 6. And what is it about? Well, as you can see right here, Chapter 6 is about persuasive speaking. But let's get a little deep into it. What is persuasive speaking? Persuasive speaking is a tool or like a way of speaking that a lot of people have learned to use about, and some of them might not. But it's something very important because persuasive speaking is the base of all kind of stuff referring to selling things or to vending a product or anything like that. Persuasive speaking refers to when you are trying to make someone, well, it can be different ways. You can make someone believe in something you believe and try to make him, I don't know how to say it, but want to buy something and to convince them into doing something. Well, the first step of persuasive speaking is to know which kind of audience you are talking to. For example, if I'm talking to a younger audience, what I may want to do, well, I'm gonna build up like a complete persuasive speech. I'm going to talk about a product that I have launched. I don't know, a phone. Well, first you need to know that when you are presenting a phone, you are going to present it to a younger audience or an audience that is able to understand the importance of a phone and why spend a lot of money in something simple like phone. Then I'm going to uh, prepare my outline, speaking about my product but explaining it in a way that may be interesting for the people who are listening. And then the most important part is your language, your body language. If you show that you're confident, that you know what you're talking about, and that you're sure that your product is something great, it will be easier for you to present it and to people to start buying it. In public speaking, we use persuasive speeches mainly for those kind of stuff. And that's why there is a complete chapter about it. Because a persuasive speech is something that you need to learn about. And as I said, there are different types. There are some which depend on the objective or the end in mind in which you are doing that speech. There are some ones that are used to change someone's ideas about something. For example, I may think that people who believe in God sometimes tend to do persuasive speeches in order to convince someone else to believe on God or to believe in your own beliefs. And that's why I think persuasive speeches are so important. Chapter 7 of public speaking refers to speaking to entertain. But what does that refer? Speaking to entertain is a way of doing speeches in which you are going to maintain an attention or a focus on your speech from the audience. But in which way? In a way in which it results to be fun or interesting, in a way in which there is no information that is necessary for them to know, or you're not trying to convince them to doing something or to believe in something. What you are doing is you are only trying to make them entertain. But there are different types of entertaining speeches. First, there are the special occasion speeches, which are those in which it depends on the situation. Because there are some speeches, such as there are the toasts, in which you are going to say something great about someone. For example, these are very common in weddings, in which you say, "Oh, okay, let's make a toast for, I don't know, for my brother because he is tal y tal." I'm sorry for saying tal y tal. But then, if you don't say something great about someone, you say something negative in a humorous way, it can become a roast. So it really depends on what you say about something. You know, it is not um, it is not necessarily changing the subject, but changing the idea of what you are saying. There are a lot of more types of entertaining speeches, but you need to be sure that they are for the kind of audience you're looking for. For example, I know that a lot of people enjoy hearing roasts about other people. I don't know if you may have seen them, but it is very common to see on YouTube or in any platform that they make roasts about famous people, and they join a lot of famous people to roast someone and say something like negative in a humorous way about them. I know this is a very common practice or thing to hear for us that we are a bit younger. But I know that if I put my grandpa to listen something like that, he will be like getting mad because it's not something that he could enjoy listening. And it depends on the kind of audience and people you're talking to. There are also speeches that are used to present something, to dedicate something, to present apologies, to show that you are a public figure, ceremonial speakers, inspirationals. Inspirationals are, I think, the most common ones because it can go into the ones that the previous reading present, such as the TED Talk about that topic. And that's why I think that these kind of speeches are very important to understand, because when you're doing a speech, you are always going to entertain your audience. Thank you.